The Chicago Cubs have been one of the most exciting teams to watch this season, and things are just getting started. With the trade deadline approaching, all signs point to the Cubs being one of the most aggressive buyers in baseball, setting the stage for some massive moves that could shake up the entire league. In this video, we're diving into what's fueled their success so far, where they still need to improve, and the blockbuster moves that could take them to the next level. Stick around because the Cubs might be gearing up for something way bigger than anyone expected. So how about those Chicago Cubs? 40-25, leading the NL Central right now, and a run differential of plus 105, which is right now the best in all of baseball. Now I know that they did just lose a series to Detroit, but Detroit, they are also very, very good. This Chicago Cubs team is phenomenal this year, folks. A lot better than I thought that they were going to be, and it has sparked these type of rumors. MLB Insider sees Chicago Cubs as an aggressive team at the MLB trade deadline, and when we scroll down, we can see that Bob Nightingale says the Cubs are going to be one of the most aggressive teams as the trade deadline approaches, which honestly just makes so much sense considering where they are right now. But before we get into some of those trade rumors, let's just first talk about how the Chicago Cubs team is doing it right now, why they have 40 wins to their name. A big reason is because of that offense, dude. 774 OPS on the season. That is third best in all of baseball. And I think what's most impressed me about this Cubs team is just how complete they are overall, right? I mean, they hit home runs. They drive people in, they steal bases. Right now, they are third in all of baseball when it comes to stolen bases. That is phenomenal, right? They're doing everything right. And something that I really love to look at as well is how do they perform in the clutch moments? Well, when we go down to when you have people in scoring position, all right? Let's go here. Scoring position, Chicago Cubs, second in baseball behind the LA Dodgers. As a team, they are batting .295 with an OPS of 866. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out when you are doing that, you are going to be winning more games than you're losing. And that's ultimately what has happened with the Chicago Cubs team. Over there on the pitching side of things, honestly, really good. On the season, the Chicago Cubs are ranked 10th in all of baseball. They have an ERA of 3.67. And what's really, instilled me with so much confidence about this team is that when you go to the last 30 days, they're actually doing even better than that. They are 5th in all of baseball in the last 30 days in terms of their ERA. And a big reason why that's been so surprising to me, and honestly why it instills me with confidence, is the fact that this guy has largely been out for the Chicago Cubs in that period. Shota, their ace, has been injured. He's got a hamstring injury going on right now. He should be coming back relatively soon, but they haven't had this guy on the bump for a while now. That's a 2.82 ERA and just effectively a quality start every single time that they've been missing now for a couple weeks. When they get this guy back, looking at what they're already doing, that's just going to be phenomenal, right? So the fact that they've been able to kind of band-aid their way along without their ace pitcher, that's just like tip of the cap worthy right there. Going over to their roster, it's just so deep, dude. It is just so damn deep. I mean, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in a row in that lineup that all have a high 800 OPS. I mean, that's an all-star lineup right there. That is quite literally an all-star lineup. And looking over at that pitching, the fact that they've been able to band-aid their way without Shota, and then also, too, let's not forget Justin Steele. He was out immediately and just going to be out for the year. The fact that these guys are getting it done right now, Matthew Boyd, that guy's 34 right now. He's been around the block. I thought he was toasted. He's doing great. He's got a 3.01 ERA. Colin Ray, guy's turning 35 soon. He's doing it for them. There are names in here that I just did not expect to be producing at this high of a level, and they are. So honestly, credit where credit is due. The Chicago Cubs have done a great job with the pieces that they have. We're almost getting to the trade rumors, but first things first, I do just need to give a massive shout out here to this guy. One of the biggest reasons why the Chicago Cubs are where they are right now is Pete Crow Armstrong. The defense, the clutch factor. I mean, the guy's got, how many RBIs does he have right now? I believe it's like 50-something at this, 54 RBIs, third in the National League for Pete Crow Armstrong. And on top of that, you're talking about arguably the best defender in all of baseball so far this year, 100th percentile in fielding run value, just across the board, incredible. Pete Crow Armstrong is the dude for the future. All that being said, though, there is still a sense of urgency with the Chicago Cubs team, because even though they are doing great right now, looking over here, there's one big, it's like a rain cloud, it's this thing that's hanging over them for this season right now, and it feels like stress. And what I'm talking about is Kyle Tucker, of course. Last year of his deal, they invest big in bringing that guy over here, and it's working. It's all working right now, and Tucker has obviously been a major part of that, right? You look at his Baseball Savant page, this is as good as it gets, folks. And honestly, I'm trying to take all bias out of this. I've been thinking that Kyle Tucker is one of, if not the most underrated player in all of baseball. The fact that we don't talk about this guy, right up there as a top 5 hitter in all of baseball is frankly just fucking blasphemous to me. Every single year he does it, and this year is no exception. 899 OPS for the guy. He's been stealing bases. He's been hitting home runs. He's been coming up clutch. This is a major reason, a major catalyst to why the Chicago Cubs are where they are right now. And the uncertainty around him, it provides that sense of urgency. It's like, okay, well, when are we going to be 40-25 again? If Kyle Tucker walks, right? Obviously, they're going to be in the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes. Obviously, they're going to try, but you never know when somebody hits free agency and the Dodgers are calling and the Mets are calling and the Yankees are calling, right? It obviously, it throws a wrench into all of it. So this Chicago Cubs team, they feel that right now. They feel that pressure where it's like, all right, is this going to be the last year with this guy? And can we go all in with this team? I think that they can. Looking over at their prospect system, it's pretty good, man. These top 5 guys here are all in the top 100. Teams look at that. They're excited about them. These are guys that you can ship off and you can get something big in return. And frankly, when I look at this Cubs team, I don't think they need offense. Their bullpen has been really good. It's been picking it up recently. You could always use some more arms, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and they acquire another arm. But kind of need another starting pitcher. I know that they've been getting by while Shota's on the IL and without Justin Steele. But when Shota comes back and then you bring in another starting pitcher, like, where are the holes on this ball team? Seriously, there are none at all. This offense is top 5 in everything, and then you bring in another quality pitcher, and you get your ace back off the IL, and maybe you bring in 1 or 2 more bullpen arms. I look at the Chicago Cubs team, and I look at them at the same level as I look at the Dodgers or the Mets, right? Like, they're right there. And that's obviously why a lot of people are saying Sandy could be the dude. Now, I think that this makes sense only if the Cubs believe that Sandy is going to bounce back, because he has been a shell of himself this year. Tommy John is a real thing, okay? Some people come back and they're phenomenal. Others come back and it takes them a while, and it's taken Sandy quite a while right now. But this just goes to show, I think, the level of individual that the Chicago Cubs are going to be going after. I expect them to be in on all the conversations for the big names. And honestly, with the way that they're playing right now, they've earned the right to go all in. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.